I've been trying to hide my hatred, elevating, living on a high vibration, telling me the limelight's dangerous, come and get a good look at my life savings. Trying to live minimalistic, still doing better than the critic predicted. Student of the game, shit's bigger than business, and the money y'all talked, I can live on the interest.
Yeah. It's a pretty picture, put it on Pinterest. I'll be inside of people's mouth, I think I'm a dentist. Flicky peeking, don't be repeating that sentence. A sin is what they're speaking, you'll be needing repentance. Get it back and I'll be needing my vengeance. I feel I need a meal so I can handle my business. Yes, I've been a mess and I know God is my witness. I'll fatten up my pockets, being quick as the fitness.
Who been the greatest? Rhetorical question is me, motherfucker, absorbing the message. Throw 20 grand at a normal investment, but homie, I still can't afford to be stressing. Y'all are fucking moving in place, and I've been moving to a crib with a view in the gate. They can talk about me till they blue in the face, but that ain't gonna put no motherfucking food on the plate.
I pull out the gate and people knew soon I would make a lot of grain, put some icing on the cake. And you can debate who's greater than a miss a mistake. And many men pretending, but then no longer awake. Put it together like I did it with tape. The big break, big chubby buddy getting in shape. It's been a minute, but it's worth the wait. Me and Ben just invented how to win it on your release date.
Cali go reload, coming in with the helo. Choppers in the building, money coming in kilos. Feeling like a beetle when I pull up, it's a regal. Matter of fact, Tarantino couldn't make a better sequel. Fuck being peaceful. Man, I need to be grinding, cause I won't quit till I get my piece of the pie. You never gonna see me chilling with my seat and recline, relaxing. Action's how I'm reaching my prime.
Come on, coming up a couple niggas short of a dime. And he the sick as if you miss it, get the press and rewind. Like a freaky bitch, I get on the grind and leave them leaking when I'm speaking speedy, baby behind. Keep on looking, you'll never find a better me. The pedigree is only in my design. It ain't a tie, that's already implied. A minute took the dive, I'm the only one that survived.
I don't really manifest, dog, I work. Cut a few bums off, feelings got hurt. Y'all should've learned how to recognize worth. Now all of my victories making it work.
Yeah, and I've been digging ditches, better get that hearse. And your feelings being bitches, better get that purse. Critics kinda sickening and get that nurse. Everybody rapping quick, but I did that first. Woo!
Fuck the game up like I'm switching settings. Still I got advantage like I'm slick with tennis. I don't need the drive, it's like I live in Venice. So persuasive, I could probably flip the Senate.
Plenty money now, you can say I'm ready. Don't need navigation to see where I'm headed. If we got the cheese, they ain't gotta let us swing. Please, if you're jealous, tell us.
Thank you for watching. Hate proves I'm popping. No need to stop your fake news and gossip.
Been using gods and you choose and watch and been used and I've been sent to the poppin'.
Anyone who hate get nullified. Second that we get up in the booth and we cut a rhyme.
Nah, they make a mistake and getting lullaby. I don't really think they want the smoke and get the other high. Bye.
Homie, we deliver the best. The ripple effect takes hold and triple the checks.
And if you're fucking with the genius, you're fucking with the best. See the differences between this is more and more or less. I'm saying.
I don't really care what your man drop. He ain't coming close to the beast. It's sandlot.
Yeah, we can cook it up, get the pan hot. Fans got more than they planned and they damn shot.
This is the moment you realize that you wasn't cut out to be with the cream of the crop.
And if you focus, you see you get shut out and butt out cause you tryna be what you not.
Two of the greatest inside of the building and feel like it's Ripley, believe it or not.
Pick up the pace and you see that we killed him, popped him like a pimple. We came here to chop.
We came here to chop. What up, folks? Oh my gosh. Twyla, Ray, Dr. Scrolls, Concerned Citizen, Papa, Jules, Katrina, My High Cop Watch, Twiggy Bear. What up? SWAT guy. Yeah. A problem has been brought to my attention in the state of Arizona, and since I have been so outspoken about these specific problems lately, I thought I had an obligation to talk about this guy. And since we're in my state, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. Because you're touchable now. You're in Arizona. You're not one of these other guys that I can just talk about, okay? Because I know a lot of people here, and that's what the whole point of the stream is those of you that live in the state, you know who you are. My little birds have been singing like a motherfucker today. But anyway, we're going to have fun. Because we're going to find this guy, and we're going to audit him when he goes and does shit. We're going to make it very uncomfortable to do this nonsense in Arizona. Okay? And on top of that, I'm going to pay for video footage of this. So there's going to be a monetary incentive. Most definitely, squirt. So if anybody sees this guy out in public, you are highly encouraged to turn the tables and do exactly what he's doing to him. And I'll pay you for it. Okay? Now you can't hurt him. No violence, no dumb shit, nothing illegal. Just camera terrorism, basically. I have to clarify that, because if I'm going to put a monetary incentive and do a call out like this, we need to be very clear that I'm not encouraging you to break the law whatsoever. Yes, this is happening in Surprise, Arizona, by the way. Surprise, Arizona, for now. I have a feeling this is going to move around the state. And Surprise is in Maricopa County, and we all know I have warrants, so I'm not going to personally go to Maricopa County. But if you leave Maricopa County and, say, travel to any of the northern counties where I don't have warrants, and the sheriffs and the police don't really have an incentive to arrest me and participate in all that, it's kind of iffy for me, but I'm willing to risk it. I'll show up to wherever the fuck you're at if people tell me where you are. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You come up north, bro. Come up north. Fuck around up here, and you're going to have me on your ass. Yeah. Because I promise you the locals up here will tell me where you are. Maricopa County's like thick. It's kind of hard to pinpoint some shit. Up here, it's not. Everybody talks to everybody, and everybody knows everybody's business up here. It's one of those kind of towns. At least where I live. So, that's what this stream is about. We're going to review one of his recent encounters in Surprise, where he decided that it was a good idea to go out and fuck with normal people for some reason. DM Dr. Scrolls with $50. Happy birthday, B. Thanks, boo. I love you. I don't. I'm just kidding, but thank you. You already hooked me up, bro. Stop. You know, I appreciate it, but... Yeah. You guys see this cat in Arizona? You know what time it is. I know there's a lot of cops that watch my channel from Arizona specifically. And I know a lot of you guys have family that doesn't necessarily like what these cats do. And you could probably encourage them to go film them and stuff. Just saying. And then I'd pay them. Come to South Phoenix. You talking to me? You talking to me, or are you talking to him? But I've been all over South Phoenix. That's my area. The bad neighborhoods in Phoenix and Mesa are my playgrounds. They're not really bad neighborhoods. That's just the rap that they get from the city that doesn't police them right, that doesn't do proper sanitation, that doesn't, doesn't maintain the roads in those areas. We're hip. Him? Yeah. Nuevos barrios. Bro, I used to live in South Phoenix. 7th Ave and Baseline. You want to talk about when I lived in South Phoenix? That's where the tweakers were at during that time. When was that? That was 2007, 2008-ish. Like right when shit was bad, when the economy crashed and all that. That's when I was in South Phoenix right there. That was horrible. Tweakers be tweaking. Yeah. Yes, so Arizona, if you're just coming in, this is a call out for some participation efforts here. If you guys see this weirdo out in the wild, you are highly encouraged to go record him. Turn the tables. Don't break the law. Don't do anything dumb. You know what I'm saying? Just camera tyranny. Citizen tyranny. It's not my birthday yet, but thanks. in front of Pancho's. I fucking love that restaurant. If you ever come to Arizona and you're in Phoenix, you need to find the Pancho's restaurant and go there. Okay, this is one of the most famous, iconic restaurants in Arizona, especially in the Phoenix area. I mean, there are presidents that have gone there, famous people that have... Go to Pancho's. Just go to Pancho's. Trust me, go to Pancho's. If you like Mexican food, that's the best spot in Arizona. Clinton's been there. Yeah, that's not a good look, though. Don't say that. It's not my birthday. Why are you guys telling me happy birthday? Oh, because, dude. Oh, I see. Yeah, my birthday is December 2nd. Central? I know. Yeah, I know. Only one left. No. Pancho's takes the cake for the top Mexican restaurant in the state. Hands down, takes the cake. Everything off of their menu is fire. Fucking delicious. I have never gone to that restaurant and been disappointed. And if anybody knows me, you gone out to eat with me, I am the pickiest motherfucker when it comes to food. If my shit's not cold, if my shit's not warm, if it looks dry, I'm bitching at the server. I'm sending it back. There's probably people in here in the chat that have been out to eat with me. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm a picky crybaby little bitch when it comes to my fucking food. So if I'm telling you that Pancho's is the best Mexican restaurant in Arizona, that should say something. I'm a crybaby when it comes to food. That's why I don't like going out and eating places. There's certain places that I'll go to because I know the food, how reliable the food's going to be, you know? My food has to be cooked right or I'm irritated. I've had a couple girlfriends where I've just had to be like, listen, just don't cook for me because that's just disgusting. Blech. He likes Domino's pizza. I do like pizza because it's consistent. It's really hard to fuck a pizza up. I mean, unless you like soak it in red sauce, then... Yeah, Ray's seen that. Hey, and Pete's Fish and Chips, too. Specifically, the one in Tolleson by the Boys and Girls Club from down from Tolleson High School. I used to go to that one. I went to Tolleson Elementary and went to the Boys and Girls Club in Tolleson and then walked past the Pete's Fish and Chips every day. That was the most delicious fries and red sauce and fish I ate every single day. They eventually learned to cook something. Hell no, bro. I got to cook for myself. Gino's Pizza in South Phoenix. I think they have a Gino's in Tempe, too. Do they still have that pizza challenge if you can eat the whole pizza? Oh, no, that's Gus. That's not Gino's. Never mind. Yeah, I think that's Gus's Pizza Joint in Tempe. They used to do this. It's got like 10 gallons of cheese on it. I tried to do that shit. I couldn't do it. That's way too much. Blech. It's like a $50 pizza if you can't finish it. Mesa Pete sucks. I don't know. I haven't been there. We're going to get into this video here in a moment. This is the problem with you morons continuing to do this shit is you're encouraging other people to do the same thing. And I'm sure a lot of you have noticed the shift over the last month or probably about a month is these morons are doing these private businesses, dispensaries, banks, and shit more often as a like a fuck you kind of thing, right? But what they're doing is they're encouraging other stupid people to do the same thing while simultaneously completely ignoring all the government shit going on. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? This whole movement that started and has been chugging along for what, 15 years now, at least since the cop watch eras, like and it was always about the cops, the government officials, city council, police stations, city halls. Who the fuck is even doing that anymore besides a handful of people? Like, I rarely see cop watching except for a handful of people. And now a very, very minimal amount of people are going to government. Everybody's just, it's like, fuck, government's boring. We're tired of getting arrested. We're tired of spending money in court because the government fights back. And that's just too hard for us. And we still like making the money, though, so we're just going to go and pick on low-hanging fruit that can't arrest us. They have to call the people that arrest us. And then when the people that can arrest us get there, then we just be like, they were mean to me, and he tried to hit me, and it just turns into like a fucking some bitch shit that you're seeing on the internet now. It's like, what the fuck is happening? What are you guys, where's the cop watching at? Where's the actual auditing where you go into like a police station or you walk around a jail or something, or you go to a prison at least? What the fuck are we doing anymore? This is so pathetic, it's not even funny. This has turned into a monetized grift to line your pockets and enrich your life, not to do anything positive. And it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. It's really pathetic. It's an insult to people like me that I've eaten so many arrests and been through so much shit and spent so much fucking money and time fighting the government for no reason, obviously. And these people that do this shit, and I'm not the only one. There's a fucking bunch of other people that have too. When you go out and you do this low-hanging fruit shit, it's like a slap in the face. You're calling yourself or trying to associate yourself with the shit that I have done or other people have done, and that's nowhere near it, and it's fucking insulting. You guys are just some punk bitches that are too scared to actually get involved in some shit. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. You can bitch at me all you want. Oh, you got warrants. You're hiding. Bro, I've been through so much shit. It's not even funny. You guys couldn't even dip your toes in the pool I've created. So shut the fuck up. Okay? Try to actually do some shit. Have some principled approach to something instead of, I'm just going to go stress test and fuck with people and see what happens. It's so sad and pathetic. It's not even funny. And you guys, like, I don't know how you don't understand. You call yourselves men, you seem to be prideful, but when you do this kind of shit, it detracts from that personally. You realize that, right? You guys are like it looks like some straight bitch shit. I don't know how else to say it, but other than that, like, bro, that's some pussy shit. Go find the fucking cops. That's now you're in some shit. Okay, now we're doing some, okay. As ineffective as that is, it's still respectable. It's wild to me, man. It's wild. Did Sherry ever send you? No. I haven't even heard from her in a while. I never asked for it either. I want her to come up here and interview her about all that. I don't give a fuck about the body cam footage. I know they settled. She's been waiting for money for a long time. I know. I get periodic email updates, and if you're in contact with her, then I'm sure you get them too. So I'm very well aware. She was an Uber driver, yeah. Hopefully she did. She might come into the chat. Is the video you're going to show the dude in Surprise? It's the dude in Surprise. I don't know if it's a post office or not, but it is a dude in Surprise. It would be wild. Yeah, Dr. Scrolls. Did they finally release the funds to her? Because that's what she's been waiting on. That is what she was waiting on. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I have to turn my fan on. It is too motherfucking hot in here. Get the fire going. She's wearing a dress. Yeah, there's a couple lawsuits like Sherry's that I'm following against a couple different municipalities here in Arizona. I get updates on these things fairly regularly. I deal in information in the state specifically, so it pays to know who's suing who for what and what's happening in their cases. Oh, man. This is an old ass dude too, bro. How old are you, motherfucker? I know you're gonna end up watching this. She won pro se. She's a smart lady, dude. Did you see her filings? Very good. I'm guessing 50. 50. Yeah, bro, you're way older than me. I'm going to be 36 in a few days. Yeah. Go into a county that I can go into. I can't go into Maricopa County. I'm banned or else I get arrested, basically. But come to my county or something, homie. I'll come record you. I'll follow you around. I'll make it real uncomfortable. Because you're going to stand out like a sore thumb in any of these northern counties, dude. It's all mountains and woods. And there's a few thick cities, but you're still going to stand out in them. I'll tell you right now, Prescott, you go to Prescott, Cottonwood, Payson, you come to Snowflake, Show Low, you go to Concho, Page, where else? And there's a whole bunch of different northern places where I know people will tell me that you're there. I might have some of the local cops there fucking tell me that you're there, bro. I'll just keep it at that. Oh, Globe. Yeah, I don't know anybody in Globe. There's I don't know any of the cops in Globe. But there's a reason I've stayed in Maricopa County, and when I went north, you didn't really see much from me when I went north, right? I mean, I've lived in this state for 30 plus years. I'm very familiar with it. Very familiar with Arizona. FYI, in his comments, he mentions carrying a gun while in his video stating he's looking for confrontation. There's a term for that. That's not good. I'd have to look into the nuances of that. But if you shoot somebody and then you state in your video that you're out looking for confrontation, and then in the comments of your video you like mention that you're carrying a gun. I think these might all not add up to be elements in favor for you. Might work against you. I could be wrong. I'm not familiar with all of that, so I'm guessing. Yeah, you don't see many people packing in the valley. You do, but not often. In the northern part of Arizona and the southern part of Arizona, everybody's packing. Every gas station you go into, all these little gas stations up north, the little towns, like, bro, this is the part of Arizona where people legitimately have shotguns and racks on the back in their windows, and everybody's got like a holster, a shoulder holster or whatever, and then a pistol on their hip. That's the part of Arizona that I live in. Like when I go to the gas station, every grandma is going in there with a 45 on her hip. Oh, looking all disheveled and shit. This is the hills people out here. Smart grandma. Yeah. This is bro, this look up the Concho 40 highway up here and what it's notorious for. That's where I live 2 miles off of that. You don't want to break down on that road. You don't want to like ask for help or hitchhike on that fucking road. That is you disappear. Look up the Concho 40 highway and the shit that's happened on there. I ain't playing around. This is the Wild West out here. I love it. I fucking love living out here. Because once you're not seen as like an outside, I've been here for 2 years, so everybody knows me. Then the people are so much nicer and respectful than in the city. It's crazy. Country folk are way different. Way different. That's why I'll never move back to a city. Ellie Mae, it's not my birthday yet, but thank you. What up, everybody? Litchfield Park area? No, he's in Surprise. Litchfield Park, bro. I grew up in Goodyear, Litchfield Park. Yeah. I be having my homies from high school calling me, like, at the places they work, like, hey, that dude you were talking about. If you see this guy, I already said all that in the beginning, though, but if you see this guy, record him, and I'll pay you for any footage. Audit the auditor kind of shit in real time. In Maricopa County. Or if you see him and you don't feel comfortable doing it, send me an email or send me a message on X. Those are probably the two things that I check the most frequent. And tell me exactly where, and I will mobilize somebody's. Yes. Because I'm a prick like that, and why the fuck not? Should we begin?
Greetings, SWAT Audits here. We're in the lovely town of Surprise, Arizona, going to do an audit right now. It is November 28th, 70 lovely degrees outside. I did bring in an umbrella because, we don't have clouds in Arizona. Let's get to it. Let's watch this bank over here. This is a new one. I'm just going to do this area for a little while until I get comfortable, and we're going to expand. I've been getting suggestions, so thanks for liking and subscribing and whatnot on YouTube. I appreciate
Surprise is not a good area to get comfortable in.
that. I got almost 50 people in the first day. What? But one of you guys, Tree Fork, he gave me a good place to go. We got some Richie Poo places around here in Arizona.
I think this might be my opportunity to mend fences with the vice mayor of Surprise, because me and him we're not nice to each other right now, and this might be the perfect opportunity to mend fences with the vice mayor. Bro, what the fuck are you doing right now? I'm just gonna get comfortable in Surprise. I'm gonna hit up Jack. I'll be like, hey Jack, can you let me know whenever you get complaints or anybody tells you when this guy's in town? Or can we work something out?
A lot of welfare. So we're gonna go do our first post office tomorrow.
Ooh.
That's exciting. Leave in the comments, should I wear a mask or not for that one? I don't know. It seems like maybe one you might want to mask up for. It just causes a little more controversy. But give me your thoughts on that.
You guys been paying attention to my videos where I tell you conflict is the base of what they need as an object to sell to you, the viewer, right? Conflict. Did you hear what he just said?
Leave in the comments, should I wear a mask or not for that one? I don't know. It seems like maybe one you might want to mask up for. It just causes a little more controversy.
Causes a little bit more controversy. At least he's being straightforward with it. That's the commodity that they sell and they make money off of here, is conflict and controversy. You understand that? Conflict in dialogue form and in physical confrontation, if that's what happens. But that's the commodity. This is you're the customer, the viewer, me, you, anybody that watches this. You're the product, customer, whatever. And what they're selling is the conflict. Okay. That's why the whole way to shut this down is the same thing that I've been saying to the police for years. It's just fucking ignore me. Just ignore me. Just ignore me. You know what I would suggest to the Surprise Police Department and any Arizona Department police that might encounter people calling is when they call, don't show up. Because you don't have an obligation to show up to some nonsense of somebody recording. You don't. And tell the people that called to completely ignore him and to instruct any customer to ignore him. And he'll move on. That's how simple that is. No police resources need to be wasted, and no police reports need to be generated for no fucking nonsense. It's as simple as when the business contacts you, you tell them everything they need to know over the phone, and you don't encourage it and you don't show up. Don't talk to him. He wants you to create conflict by talking to him and telling him he can't do what he's doing. And if you just ignore him, it's Arizona. It's probably going to be really hot or really cold, and he'll move the fuck on. Ignore your birthday in 3 days? Thanks, Dr. Scrolls. I appreciate that. What's his I don't know. Wonder if he does have one. Yeah, and anybody with the ability to find out or know what his name is and any relevant information associated with him, I want to know what that is too. So
But give me your thoughts on it. All right, let's get started. So this is the BMO Bank. I was just coming to see if it was open. There's not a whole lot going on, but I can actually see in the windows, and there are people there. It's just the main entrance is on the other side. But here's our drive-through. I think I get to stand in shade for a little while today. We got some trees going on. Nice. So I haven't actually started checking property lines and all that yet. Right now I'm using Arizona's set up in a grid, so it's pretty easy to follow. But, you know, we got city stuff here. So that tells me I'm allowed to be up until this line right here. So I'm going to set up on this little guy right here. We can see from there.
yeah, you're making mistakes now. That's not how the grid works in Arizona. Those utilities are cut squares into the property. It's not a back line like you. This is why stupid people shouldn't do this, is because now you're making mistakes and you're misleading people with what you're saying. I beat a case by understanding this. And you guys remember when Palmer arrested me for standing on one of those, right? And then the case got dropped because I sent survey lines, I sent the city mapping and everything showing that I was legitimately standing on a piece of property that wasn't private. It wasn't private property. And it doesn't back the line up. It's a square that gets cut into the property like that. The utility is attaches itself to the city, and the city moves its property line in a square like that. It doesn't move the whole line back. You can't use that as a line. That's not how that works. Stupid people shouldn't do this. And just like you, I haven't looked into anything, but you know, there's utilities and stuff like, bro, are you retarded or are you just dumb? Because there is a difference. I think you're retarded. I haven't looked at nothing, but look at, there's some boxes and stuff, so I should be all right. Ding, 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 ding.
I think this should work out. Being that this is the day after Thanksgiving, I don't know how much action we're going to get here, but we'll stay here for a while, see what happens.
Action.
I brought an extra prop with me today. I brought my camera. Now it doesn't work. I dropped it a while ago and I busted the lens on it. I could probably get it fixed, but why bother? I got that camera right there. But this just makes it so they know I'm looking right at them. I think it'll just add a little bit with that prop.
I feel like I've met this motherfucker before. You look familiar, bro. Why do I feel like I've met this dude before? Like, you just could be one of them deja vu moments, but I feel like I've met this dude before. It's kind of like the annoying way that you talk and shit. That's usually memorable. When somebody annoys me in person, I remember that.
I'm also dressed way less threatening. I'm wearing a pretty skirt today and whatnot. So I'm hoping that may help them come talk to me a little more. And I'm wearing lovely rainbow socks that one of my friends Susie made for me. So that's always good times. Oh, I got my first customer.
What the fuck? You know, I've seen some dudes, there's dudes that play dress up and dress like grandmas and shit, and they do it in a funny fashion, right? That was different.
Click, click. I'm taking pictures. Click, 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 click.
See, this is the strategic placement to elicit the most confrontation possible from what they're doing. You're on the keyboard side of the fucking ATM at the right angle where you could potentially record somebody typing in their passcode and shit. And you wonder why people freak the fuck out? Bro, I would know what you're doing and see you do that and get out of my car, probably get out and say some shit too. Why? This is crazy, bro. I don't know why they're mad.
2 cop cars. I don't think they're coming for me. Oh, they are looking.
Is that not the perfect angle to piss maximum amount of people off intentionally? I mean, this isn't active. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. This is not activism. This isn't auditing. Like, this is an insult to people that actually tried to accomplish some shit. This is antagonizing for monetary gain. That's it.
$8740. They set up their own alarm and she just had to walk away. Her husband left her in the car, set the alarm while she was in the car, and then the car alarm started going off a minute ago. And she's like, yeah, screw this, I'm walking away. So now they're both in the bank, presumably calling the police. But will the police show up? I was just down here a couple of days ago, and the one cop was pretty nice, and everybody who called the cops on me afterwards, the cops told them, don't worry about it. So, they learned pretty quick. Impressed. Let's see if the lesson stuck. I'm going to hang around here for another hour or so, go get myself some tacos and try another bank across the street. She going to try to talk to me over this wall? I didn't realize there was a wall on Google Maps. I cannot hear you. I can't hear anything.
If I can hear her on camera, she said, what are you doing? She's approaching with curiosity. And these are the opportunities that I personally took to create a subscriber. Okay? Grandma might watch YouTube. Grandma might click the subscribe button. Now, granted, I wouldn't be running into Grandma at a fucking bank. She might be pulled over or something. Or she might walk up while I'm recording cops at a traffic stop. How many times have you guys watched my videos and random people have approached me? What do I always do? I immediately explain what we're doing, and I tell them what my channel name is and where they can find it at, right? Have you guys ever, I mean, there's been times where I've been confrontational with people, but that's because they've either been drunk or they were stealing some shit or, you know what I mean? It's not just somebody that's walking up like, hey, what's going on? Never. I don't fucking do that because I can create a subscriber. And then maybe grandma's got 13 grandchildren that also have YouTube accounts that they watch on their phones. And she's going to tell them about it. You know what I mean? That's my thinking. Is that one lady leads to 5 other subscribers that could potentially lead to 20 and then 40 and then 100. You know what I'm saying? And you fuck all that off when you do this bullshit. The only people that you should be confrontational and act like this with are cops and government officials that should already know what you're doing. If a cop's like, what are you doing? Bro, I'm not going to be like, well, sir, I came out here today to give you an education. No. I'm like, motherfucker, you know exactly what I'm doing. That's the response that you're going to get from me to a government official. A random person that is not educated and I should have no expectation to know what I'm doing is going to get an explanation. And that's the difference between a lot of us, is because I started this because my ex didn't understand any of this shit. My ex told the police what my name was and identified me to the cops because they threatened her. And I got mad at first, but then I understood that she just didn't know. How the fuck can I be mad at her if she just doesn't know? Nobody ever told her. She didn't learn it in school. Her parents didn't fucking tell her. In her 30s, and she didn't know. So who's the dumbass? Me for getting mad at her, or her? It's me for getting mad at her, right? So why the fuck are you people treating people like this that are ignorant? They never learned this shit in school. You should have zero expectation for random people knowing what you're doing. Zero expectation for them knowing what you're doing. Just because we have the internet and it's on YouTube doesn't mean they watch it and they're not learning it anywhere. That's the saddest part about all this shit. That's the fucking saddest part about all this. Is I started this because I understood that random people like my ex didn't understand that you have rights and you don't have to do this. And it was, oh my God, this is so opposed to all the shit that I've been doing. That's why I have a problem with this. D is online. Yeah. There is no education happening here. Okay, even the FUPA video that I put out, I mean, I made very clear and articulate points about everything, right? I pointed out that there was no education happening when people approach. There's no attempt to be like, well, are you familiar with the Constitution? Just start there. How about the First Amendment? Okay, what about YouTube? Did you know that there are First Amendment auditors on YouTube? That this is a genre of things that's what I'm doing. You can have that explanation in the core of about 60 seconds. Okay, maybe a little bit, maybe 90 seconds, a little back and forth with somebody to explain exactly what you're doing in the moment and give them some context instead of, what do you mean, what am I doing? And people will come in and say, yeah, but the public need to be educated. The public need to be educated. Who is getting educated on this side of the camera or that side of the camera? The people that approach are experiencing zero levels of education from anybody. They're not getting educated. And then the people that watch these videos, they're not hearing you educate those people. They don't hear any level of education happening whatsoever. So it's a confrontation Karen farming bullshit. That's why you put crazy Karen attacks in your fucking title. This isn't about educating. I'm tired of hearing that in my comments. You people like, oh, this is a fucking education. No, it's not. You guys watch some of my videos, right? I put case law up on the screen. I put context in my videos. I spend hours editing that shit. So it is educational. We haven't seen any of that in any of the fucking videos that we've watched over the last 2 months. Zero fucking attempt to educate the audience or the people that they're encountering. I know you didn't mean it like that. I know you didn't. I'm just expanding on what you said. Go watch some of my older videos. I clip in all kinds of it because what is it? It doesn't mean anything if I just say some stuff without providing you some base of context or some legal reference. Yeah, full of crazies, yeah. No attempt to educate. See, and that's the dynamic right there. So she comes up peacefully. She wants to know what's going on. He like, I can't hear you, just ignores her, doesn't approach, doesn't like, bro. And then when she goes like this, That's when when he didn't do it then, but that's when most people are like, "Oh, fuck you, then, bitch! That's the walk of shame." Blah blah blah. What, dude? She came up and asked you what was going on, and then when you didn't say anything, and she's just like, "Oh, bzz. Now you want to get wild?" I got case law in my pocket. Oh, fuck yeah, bro. Homie, I carried around education with me. I carried around a packet with case law relevant to what I was doing, like Houston versus Hill. And then I had laminated Arizona revised statutes that were that were going to be the most common that come up while out cop watching and dealing with the police. Traffic stops and encounters you may have while walking on the sidewalk. I only seen one other motherfucker do that. Yeah, Houston versus Hill is probably, let's add some education to this live stream right now. For those of you that might encounter the police, might record the police, Houston versus Hill, Ray Hill, Houston, the city of Texas, Houston versus Raymond Hill, is one of the most important case laws for you to know. Okay, this literally says that you have a right to verbally challenge or interrupt the police while they are doing their job, while they're making an arrest. You can taunt and talk shit to them and interrupt them and distract them with your words, nothing physical, and they're not supposed to be able to arrest you, or at least that case is supposed to protect you or something. Theoretically, case law is a fucking hit or miss if they even acknowledge it when you go to court. So don't bank on that. But Houston versus Hill, go look up it's verbal challenges. Yes, go look up that case. Go look up the history of it. Ray Hill was a civil rights activist in Texas that went all the way to the Supreme Court pro se. He did that whole case by himself, by the way. So go look that case up if you're going to encounter the cops, because that's one of the most important fundamental things that these fucking cops say, especially in Arizona, is stop talking, or you're interrupting me, you're distracting me. That doesn't mean anything. I'm allowed to distract you. Your ADHD is your problem. When you hear that, there's some relevancy behind that to Houston versus Hill, because the Supreme Court has already identified that you have a fundamental and constitutional right to verbally challenge the police while they are in the course of their duty, like arresting somebody. That's what the whole Houston versus Hill case was about. Raymond Hill was verbally yelling and challenging the police while they were arresting one of his friends at a protest, and they came over and arrested him because they were for distracting him and interrupting him, and it was some Texas shit, but it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and he created Houston versus Hill. A lot of the landmark Supreme Court cases that people mention, like Terry v. Ohio, Houston versus Hill, Turner versus Driver, there's history behind these cases, and there's a story behind a lot of them. So if you find like some landmark Supreme Court cases, you should look up the stories behind them. It'll help you remember and retain the information better if you understand the story behind the case as well.
Oh, here we go. Now, how's he going to come talk to me? I'm on the other side of a big old
Pennsylvania versus Mims and Maryland versus Wilson. These are two fundamental and landmark Supreme Court cases that everybody should know. Pennsylvania versus Mims says that the police can essentially order you out of your vehicle at a lawful traffic stop for any reason, and it is not a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. It is seen as a minor intrusion by the courts to give the officers safety during the traffic stop that they're conducting. And Maryland versus Wilson is the same for passengers. Okay, they can order all passengers out of the vehicle and you have to get out. Pennsylvania versus Mims and Maryland versus Wilson. If the cops tell you to get the fuck out of the car, get out, or they're going to drag you out. Now, are they going to get away with dragging you out and breaking the window and all that? I've seen it not work in their favor sometimes, because are they allowed to use force in those cases? I don't know. But I would just get out. I wouldn't sit there and argue with them. Are you in fear? Should I don't want to get out. No. If the motherfucking cops tell you to get out of the car, get the fuck out. Because the courts are not in your favor. The courts are in the cops' favor.
Go wall.
Should we do this while we're live streaming? Should we just randomly throw in Supreme Court case law and then talk about it? Like Thompson v. United States and the right to travel.
Willing to bet he doesn't even come over and talk to me because there's no easy way to do it. Interesting.
Yeah, that's why the cops are there so quick. Especially in surprise. I'm surprised they even showed up. I'm surprised the surprise police showed up. That's why right there is they had a drop happening.
Look at him playing with his phone, not even paying attention.
Yeah, that was definitely not a good look right there. Zero situational awareness from this dude walking with what probably $10,000 or more on his, just chilling, no big deal. But granted, the cops are back there, but still, dude. Still, come on. Let's pretend like we're at work and we're getting paid to have situational awareness right now. You know what I mean? That whatever you're doing on your fucking device can wait until you're in the safety of the back of that fucking vehicle, moron.
Doesn't look like he's gonna bother with me. I needed to practice. Well, let's watch this guy fill up the ATM without looking over his shoulder.
I don't see an earpiece.
Ooh, look at all that. Bad. Interesting. "10 minutes watching me. Good guy. He's been completely oblivious the whole time. Just armored truck driver. Glance in my direction. He's already been at this for 20-something minutes. Okay, we got mid-first bank. Oh, crap's around. So I really need to start checking my GIS surveys, but I'm going with we'll see. Yeah, I really need to start checking my GIS surveys, but I'm going with we got Public Works all along this. So their property is on that side. The sidewalk's on this side. I'm just going to sit right here for a while and see what happens. This is one of those ones where if the cops tell me to leave, I'll leave because I'm not actually sure. But yeah, I'm still seeing Public Works.
No, it doesn't matter. You're 100% on private property right there. The only difference with this private property in Arizona is it is a multi-use. So there's a land management or a property management company that manages it, provides security and maintenance to, like landscape fixtures and stuff like that out in the open, the common area of the property, and they provide cleanup and stuff like that. So one individual, what the fuck is that? Had a weird pop-up come up on my Streamlabs pop-up. One individual business can't trespass him from that whole property, that just like the storefront kind of area. But just because you're look at what he's looking at. This isn't a utility, homie. This fucking box is a landscape box for the watering right there. Oh my God, this is sad. Yeah, this is 100% private property. The only caveat to this private property is it would take a security guard to come up to you and say something. The security of this property, and since this isn't Surprise, there's no security here. Maybe at nighttime they might have a roaming security guard in a truck with a yellow light, but there's no security right now. So you could be there. But there is nobody. It is private property. No, I can't believe you're looking at the landscape box like, yeah, look at the utility right there.
Lines right there.
No.
So yeah, I feel I'm good here. The Public Works, there's water lines right there.
Public Works. Oh my God, dude. You're too dumb to be doing this, bro. Riveting content. I know.
So yeah, I feel I'm good here.
I feel I'm good here. See the landscaping stuff? I should be good here.
So I was trying an approach where I seem more friendly and approachable. I was hoping it would work, but so far, nothing. I got rainbow socks on, a skirt. Yeah, it doesn't look any friendlier to me. Still no hits. I always wondered how guys like Kansas City, he gets people to come out of the bank and talk to him. I thought maybe he just looks less threatening, but I'm not sure. I can't imagine any of these people coming out to tell me to leave, and they're all going to call somebody. But I prefer if they come out so I could, ask them questions, play around with them a little bit.
Matt, you are 100% right. So the bank could hypothetically call the property management company and get permission to trespass him on their behalf. Yeah. Because that property is owned by either a corporation, a company, or an individual, and that individual has hired a property management company to manage the property because they're probably super wealthy and are not going to do that shit themselves. So that property management company holds authority over legal matters like trespassing people. And the bank could 100% get in contact with them and get that authority from them and then kick them out. Yeah, you're wearing a skirt. I guess. I don't know what's going on there. Legal matters, yeah. Trespassing somebody would be.
Around and is at you.
Fuck up.
Come back out. At least we're facing each other. But then I'm going to give up and try one more place before I call it a day.
Yeah, beat up an old guy, yeah.
Okay, we're going to call it a day here at Midwest Bank. We're going to head back over to the Chase Bank just before we call it a day. So far today's been a bust, no reactions. Not much fun. Tomorrow we'll do something better. Okay, we're back here at the good old Chase Bank again. Maybe get a little action. Actually, I'm going to go back to my other favorite corner. Okay, back here at the good old Chase Bank. This place is the busiest bank around, so, before I call it a day, I've already been out here for 3 hours. I've only gotten one reaction. That was pretty boring because it was at a distance. The cops didn't even want to play with me. Nobody wants to play with me. All right, but tomorrow we will do something where we're guaranteed people. I think it's just because today's the day after holiday. I was hoping that since it's Friday, it'd be people's paydays. They need to go get their money because it's Black Friday and they got to go spend it all tonight. But the other banks were dead. I spent an hour at the last one and 2 customers showed up. 2. So I looked over my shoulder and I was like, oh, this Chase is still hopping. There's tons of people coming in and out. Not as many people using the drive-thrus going inside, but still, we'll get our hits.
Get our hits? Bro, what? He just admitted he's out looking for a confrontation. I know. That's what he's been admitting that. This is so dumb. Well, this nonsense has devolved very fast. I farted. Can't stop. No, bro. This is on the order of some fucking retard shit. I can't do it. What the fuck, bro? How- Okay, so the publicly available content uploaded by the channel we're going to be talking about deprive these creators of the own and close blind management, training every employee to ignore the camera, restrict policy, however, remains non-legal and collective. Businesses that adopt a strict policy of total non-engagement, training every employee to ignore the camera, refrain from comment, and close blinds or lock doors when necessary, deprive these creators of the only commodity they sell, conflict. Since September of 2025, at least 42 small businesses growing number of instances become commercially motivated harassment campaign directed at private citizens who lack the power, resources, or legal obligation to endure it. The First Amendment unquestionably protects the right to record in public. Nobody's questioning that. It does not confer immunity when the right is systemically weaponized to orchestrate real-world harm against individuals who have committed no public wrong. Business owners, employees, and citizens are under no obligation to subsidize this business model with their attention or distress. Strategic, disciplined silence remains the fastest, cheapest, and most constitutionally unimpeachable method of ending it. It's as simple as that. It's really as simple as that. That's a little preview of an edit that I was working on earlier before I blacked out for a few hours. This fucking bum. If you're not subscribed to my new YouTube channel, you should be. It's called Rotten Fur Burger. uh, No, but for real, this is a new channel. There will be edits that get posted on here. I'm not going to go live on this channel. There won't be shorts on this channel. There won't be community posts. There will strictly be videos, edited videos about things that I talk about on this channel. So if you want to subscribe to a channel that won't have shorts on it, won't have live streams, won't have random clips or stupid shit posted on it, just strictly edited, highly edited videos, scripted, that's this. My Rotten Fur Burger channel. This should be fun. Subscribe to the Rotten Fur Burger. Highly edited or edited while high. Damn it, I forgot to close my doggy door and I can hear my cats outside. They hear me talking and they're like, Chris? Chris? It's the Rotten Fur Burger channel. Is there a link? I mean, it is pinned in the chat. Or you could just type in Rotten Fur Burger. It's kind of a unique channel name, so it will be the first thing that pops up. I kind of like the way that looks without the space in it. Should I take the space out of it? I kind of like how that looks. Don't fuss with the curtains. As long as they match the carpet, it's all good, right? Digger, yeah, I do. I 100% do. Enough of this happening around the country will cause enough people to be willing to vote for some shit like that. And if enough people around the country are okay with something like that, then they're going to be okay with like their, it's not good. It's not good. Not good. It's kind of like the whole gun argument. If you look at it on like a dialed back scale, it's anytime something happens, like a shooting or something, that's when all the anti-Second Amendment people use that as an opportunity to capitalize on taking everybody's guns away and getting rid of the Second Amendment in this country. And I see this as an element of that, just on a dialed back scale of anytime instances of pepper spray, violence, or there's been a couple shootings. Stuff like that happens because somebody's out there fucking with somebody. It's going to in turn those are going to be used as instances to take away your First Amendment right. There's a dynamic at play here that is not healthy for the future of constitutional freedoms in America that I think few people are understanding right now, hopefully more in the future. This isn't just like, you got a problem with the... No. It's not so much that you're at a private business or a dispensary. It's what you and everybody else collectively are doing and propelling into the future. I mean, there's no forethought to this at all. These are going to be this shit where you're creating enemies while you're out doing this. You're not actually educating people. And people like me can sit here and pick every little piece of it apart. Is going to be used to take away the First Amendment. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping anybody. And I don't want to see a future like that my children are going to grow up in, where they're not going to be able to pull their phone out and record the cops because, 10,000 morons created a collective of incidences that have fundamentally limited or completely abolished your First Amendment right in 10, 20 years. And if you don't think it's possible, look at what's happening in the UK. Just look at the UK, and that's a mirror of what could be and what might be and what probably is going to be in America. They don't have guns over there. They don't have a First Amendment right over there. You can't do a motherfucking thing in the UK. It sucks over there. Okay? And it's starting to suck here. And you guys that are doing this nonsense, you're helping that. And you don't understand that. I know I'm just seem like some angry asshole up here talking shit about you, but the reality is that what I'm saying has importance for the future of this country. I see a collective of morons that are doing dumb shit in detriment to the First Amendment that they claim to be a proponent for. And if you don't understand this, I can't help you. I need to slow down and maybe tone down my vocabulary, talk like a dummy, and tell you that this isn't good for the future of our country. The fuck out of here, bro. Just whatever. I'm just a stoner, though, right? Or a troll? Yeah, that's a good point. Public nuisance does not equal public awareness. Right. Hi. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for being here. Now give me free money because it's for your rights. Realistic? I try to be as realistic as possible. At least as far as I see the world. Your views and your perceptions of things are different than other people's. And it's important to understand it. Oh, yeah? Grumpy dog. Don't forget to subscribe to Rotten Fur Burger. This is a channel that I started where we're only going to put edited videos. I will once this channel gets monetized, there will be a lot more content of what you've been seeing here getting posted there. In this channel, there's a lot of stuff going around the country that I've been ignoring while I've been talking about this nonsense on this channel. So we're gonna split and focus on the nonsense over there, and then the American, daily nonsense on this channel. Did you happen to get any large men's? No, I don't have any men's large yet. I haven't gone anywhere in like a week. But I will. I'm waiting for December before I buy any stock for merch. Usually after the November online selling shit, stuff like that drops in price pretty significantly. So I'll be buying some of that then. Stream plan for Tuesday? Yeah. We have liftoff. Yeah, you guys, you like the blue DirectD shirt? That's a big ass fucking logo on there. I've got huge hands too, so I'm sure you can tell. Stop. Sorry. I won't do that again. That was weird. I like that color. Yeah. I'm going to make a logo for Rotten Fur Burger. That's going to be a fucking badass shirt, Rotten Fur Burger. Be front logo. You like the color, the blues? Pretty affordable. Order a Rotten Fur Burger shirt for the wife. Bro, what if I put Rotten Fur Burger with an arrow on it and it's like a gag shirt that dudes order for their old lady? That would be hilarious. I got you a shirt, honey. Just says Rotten Fur. I'd have to make it super cheap because who's going to buy a fucking $40 gag shirt? Soon to be ex-wife. Oh, fuck. Go inside, Rosie. My cat's whining. I'm with Rotten Fur Burger. I'm always sleeping on the couch. Hey, my couch is comfortable to sleep on. Sometimes I pass out on the couch while I'm watching TV. Oops. Hunt for large men. Am I on top chat? I'm on all messages. Why? Nobody's chatting. There's like 10 of you in here chatting. There's 100 people watching, supposedly. 96 now, but there's supposedly almost 100 people in here, but only 10 of your fucking fingers work. I'm just kidding. I watch the analytics, and I know a lot of people are watching on a TV. And unless you've got like a smart TV with one of these cool remotes with like a little keyboard on the back, it's kind of hard to fucking comment on your TV. I got it. I know. And then there are certain elements that are watching that are not going to say anything. People that don't like me, people that do. What up, Matthew? Vacuuming Katrina's here. What up? Smells like rotten fur burger. I should put smells like on the back and then rotten fur burger on the front. Who's Liar? You know Liar is here? Who the fuck is that? Howdy, folks, and welcome to a stream from northern Arizona, specifically in Apache County. Oh, retard? Yeah. Some that can't, yeah. Yeah. This FBI picture? Nobody finds an FBI picture, bro. Apache, that's just the county that I'm in. The specific tribe that was around here was the Anasazi. And there's legit fucking huge drawings on the rock, on the sandstone out here. Not on my property, but on my neighbors. I live on an old like hunting campground right here. So all over my property are shavings from like I think it's flint shavings from trying to make arrowheads and spear tips and shaving tools, and I have a jar with a whole bunch of arrowheads, and they're the older ones with the square notches in the back. I'm not on burial ground, bro. You couldn't bury anything around here. This is all sandstone. It's a hunting ground. The valley behind my house used to have a flowing river in it, or a creek at least. It doesn't anymore. This is part of the Little Colorado. And the tribes would herd the antelope or the deer in the valley into this spot right here. Well, there's a couple spots, and then they would hunt and clean them. And then there's a couple settlements that they had over on the mountain. There's an old cowboy hut that's built into the rocks. Like fucking, like, it's got to be at least 200 years old. Someone left me. Yeah, that was my neighbor. My neighbor blows glass, and this land has been vacant for a while, so he'd come over here and trespass and chill on the land, but my neighbor would bring glass pipes and put them in the trees. And over the course of 2 years of living on this property, I've probably found 4 like weed pipes in the trees. Like while I'm out pissing in the morning, I'll be standing there and the sun's coming up, and then there's this glowing. A couple times it looked like sap in the tree or something. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at first. You know, when you look at something and your brain doesn't have a reference point, so your mind starts making shit up because you don't understand what you're looking at. That's what was happening. And then once I started to stare at it enough, and I'm like, oh, that's a fucking weed pipe in the tree. That's tripped me out until I figured out that it was my neighbor that had done it. But those pipes had been in the trees for years. Like there was a branch that had grown in one and cracked it. What up, Candace? Yeah. Yeah, I found a spear tip out here in my driveway. I found multiple arrowheads. I found pottery shards, all kinds of shit out here. On my property. You can tell where they were doing it at. Even though it was so long ago, there are piles of stones, and it's different types of quartz and the kind of stone that they use for arrowhead. I don't even know what kind of stones, but nice, smooth, like red stones. And there's piles in certain areas of these stones that are all chipped. You can see where there was an impact, and then the force waves of the break as it broke in the stone, like they were hit with another fucking stone out in between the trees where nobody's driven out there. You know what I mean? Nobody drove over it. So how did these stones hit each other that hard sitting out on the fucking ground? They did. People hit them together and made all of these chippings that are all over the place. Flintlock. I mean, I don't know what it's called, but there's all kinds of chippings all over the place. Like you can pick up rocks and you can tell that they were hit together. How did they do that? Did the rain smash them together? Did the snow do that when it was melting and sliding? I don't know, bro. The kind of force that it takes to chip a rock like that and leave those force waves in the rock. I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about. It looks like rings when you break a rock. That's the impact force spreading through the rock. Flint, yeah, maybe where you're at, Candace. The Native Americans use different materials based on their locations. So I don't even think that there is an obsidian where I'm at. There's not flint. I don't know what the other one is. How goes Arizona? I mean, it's cold. It's cold. My water lines are starting to freeze. Yeah, the fractures. There you go. The fracture lines. Yep. Any snow? No. I went out the other morning and the ground was frozen, though. The dew had frozen. So we're getting there. It was super windy last night. Candace, whenever you get rain or snow, do me a favor and text me and let me know. Because you said last time that you had just gotten hit with some rain, and I think it was maybe 10 hours later I got some rain. So if I can develop a pattern that I recognize there, then you could be my early warning system for rain and snow. Got the heater on the Starlink? Oh, that's a good idea. I should probably turn that on, huh? Snow melt. We'll do automatic for now. Automatic heaters. Yeah, I can turn the heater on or I can set it to automatic. So I just put it on automatic. It'll hit you after me. Yeah. Yeah, I've been noticing that. I can't wait for the first snow. Tuesday to Wednesday. I want snow too, dude. Yeah. I want to see how my chickens handle the snow. I've been fattening the chickens up. giving them all kinds of vegetables. My neighbors gave me a bunch of melons that I've been giving the chickens. And then I got a couple bags of like corn-based cereal, like corn flakes and puffed oats and shit like that. They're expired. They're like a year old, but they're good for animals. So I've been giving them to my goats and my chickens, trying to put some fat on them for the winter. In the higher elevation, what's higher elevation to you? Because I'm at 5,300 feet. I'm in the mountains. $7,000 feet? Okay, yeah. Mealworms? Yeah, I need to go buy some fucking mealworms. Ugh. Oh, that reminded me of alcohol. That was gross. Blech. Ugh, what the fuck? That was not good. The bong hit. Monster after a bong hit. Something about that made me taste like vodka in the Monster a little bit. Rookie numbers. Yeah, I guess. Oh. I think I'm at the perfect spot because I don't deal with the heat of Maricopa County in the valley, and I don't deal with the extreme weather of most places in the United States. Granted, it does get to like -10 outside sometimes. So you could get hypothermia and frostbite and die and shit up here in the mountains with how cold it gets sometimes. But in general, I'm not going to experience 6 feet of snow outside of my door. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to have trouble leaving in the afternoon if I want to go somewhere for the most part. I really like it here. I got the 4x4 Tahoe so I could get out if it rains or snows too bad. It's the only thing I would recommend. High desert, yeah. Yeah, that's right where I'm at. I absolutely loves it. That pour Kool-Aid in it? Oh, in the bong? You know what makes hits in the bong taste really good that I used to do is chilled vodka with and then you put ice cubes in the trap on the top. Chilled vodka with ice in the neck of the bong. Uh, like a little bit over 1,000, I think. If you want to buy land in Arizona, local advice, yeah. Navajo or Apache County is going to be the cheapest areas where you're going to get the most space for your money. Now, usability for the land is something that you're going to have to think about in zoning and how much acreage you get. Because in like Apache County, if you drop under 36 acres, the zoning for your property changes to like a neighborhood. So the structure requirements, the permit requirements, all that shit changes when you drop to a certain acreage. And I'm just barely over that. I think I'm at like 37 point something acres. That's why I would never, split the land up, because I'm on like general agricultural use land. There are restrictions, obviously, but essentially I can do whatever the fuck I want. Not really. I'm just generalizing. It's a better position than most other zones. In New Mexico, I couldn't tell you anything. I don't know. There's a couple spots where I want to buy land in New Mexico, but outside of where I want to and the idea that I have, I've never actually been there in those locations to scout anything out. So I couldn't give you any sage or solid advice. Vodka? I didn't think so, Ryan. Soon to be paid off. Hell yeah. Apache County is the poorest county in Arizona. It's one of the poorest counties in the entire United States. So property tax, sales, like I got a. Let's see. Is this my license? Is this my license? Damn. Make sure I'm not doxing myself here. I got me a tax license. Apache and Navajo County jurisdictions for a transaction privilege tax license. It's for my businesses. Okay. This is for selling products. So I can sell vehicles too. $12 packs? No, my cigarettes I pay like $9, I don't know, $9 maybe. I just went out and checked my mailbox. I got somebody's large black Direct D t-shirt with white D logo. What do you mean? Uh-uh. Someone got your salmon V cut? No, they didn't. Oh, that's funny. Is it a Gildan shirt? Is it on a Gildan shirt? Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I guess you did get a freebie then. Oh, the warehouse made a mistake. That's funny as fuck. So somebody else is not going to get a shirt. I'm gonna have to figure out who that was. So that means somebody ordered you got one of the $20 shirts. Hey, you'll be a good comparison because you're gonna have a $20 shirt and then you're gonna have one of the expensive ones that I made. So after a few washes and shit, you'll be able to tell me which one's better quality. That's funny. If anybody wants this shirt, $30. Nuh-uh. Charger fan, did you hold on a minute here? How did you order the shirt? Did you get a free one? Did you get a free one? Hmm. I know I showed it to you after it was done. I remember the order and all that. Blue and orange one, yeah. Hmm. Okay, here's What's the street number? What's this? Just the number on the address, Charger fan. And you ordered that through the website? Salmon. Oh, I see that. Salmon large logo on back. Yeah. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, you're right. Stoner? No, what happened was I didn't pay attention to the order that you made because you bought what you got is what you paid for. So I'm just going to send you the shirt anyway, but that's probably something I should have addressed or paid attention to while we were alive. But yeah. The $19 shirt, that's what you got. And that is what you ordered. So that's my bad. I'll send the shirt to you still. It didn't go to somebody else. I need to mark this though. I'm just going to call you. I'll call you to make sure. You're doing a lot, right? Well, I still made the shirt, so don't worry. I send it. Probably be like 10 or 12 bucks to send it. What you can do, though, is encourage other people to buy custom shirts from me that you know in your life. That's how you can, help out if you feel like you want to. I'll send you this shirt and you'll be like, look at you, so nice. You should go buy a shirt too. Yeah, you just got an extra, basically. Word of mouth sales are some of the best, okay? If I can get my shirts into your house and then you can wear them and feel the quality of the design on the shirt for yourself. Like you have one of the screen printed ones. It's a nice shirt, right? We didn't sell you some bullshit. That's something that you could have gotten. The quality of it is something that you could have walked out of a store with. That's the idea. One of those you feel good about your purchase kind of thing. You don't get it, and then there's some shirts that you've gotten. I know some of you have gotten before where the design falls off or it cracks the first time you fold it. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm sending. They're coming in black plastic bag. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put a bunch of stickers in there with them too. You ordered some that had logos not centered or crooked. Yeah, they're nice shirts. I don't sell junk. Anybody who's got a smoker's kit in here? I know Matthew's got one. Them's ain't junk either. Order the smoker's pet. It's a great gift idea too. It's an old school dugout. It's just like the 2025 version. Yeah, Ray Ray's got a smoker's kit. You potheads, you know what a dugout is, right? That's what the kit is that I sell, but it's a lighter, a one hitter. I gave the ones that I had away. I don't even have them anymore to show you. I gave one to Ray Ray and I gave one to Arizona Unfiltered when they were here. One hitters feel like high school shit. It's not really a one hitter, bro. You can put probably a quarter gram or a half gram in the end of this thing and then hit it several times. It's very, very convenient when you're out. Breast milk never harmed me. Bring my bong. Yeah, usually if I go somewhere in Arizona, I take my bong with me. Yeah. If I'm gonna be somewhere for a minute, yeah. I usually take my own weed, my own bong. I don't like smoking other people's shit. Hey, those of you that go to a dispensary, I want you to do an experiment for me and take your weed, take a nug of your weed, and crack it. Don't break it up, but crack it open a little bit so moisture can seep into it. And with some regular sink water, drop your nug in there and let it soak for like 20, 30 minutes. Swirl it around a little bit. And tell me what the color of the water is afterwards. I'm seriously debating not smoking for a while. Just do it. Don't ask questions, Ryan. All it's going to cost you is 30 minutes and a little nug of weed and some water. Small price to pay to fulfill a curiosity. Specifically dispensary weed. Bro, it shouldn't have any color to it. That's the whole idea. So excited for mine. Hell yeah. Now, those of you that buy and wear shirts on a regular basis, do you think it would be worth the time investing in putting like something on each sleeve or one sleeve of these shirts, or maybe along the bottom of the back of the shirt? Or do you think just keeping like the DirectD logo on it is good enough? Would you enjoy your shirt better if I put little American flags on the shirt, or I don't fucking know, something? Yeah, any color is bad, yes. But I've been seeing the water turn red, blue, sometimes really, really green, which it shouldn't. USA flag. Like on the sleeve or on the shoulder, between the shoulder blades back there. Hey, if you guys want to buy a black DirectD shirt with the white logo, they're $20 on the website. My fulfillment manager just texted me and said, order some fucking shirts. There's a friendly operator standing by to fulfill your fucking orders. So quit being stingy and buy a DirectD shirt. It's the message. On the sleeve. Main logo on the back. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like pocket tees. Only problem that I find with pocket tees is I actually put shit in there, and then over time with like sweating, washing the shirt and wearing it in the heat, it like the pocket gets all blown out, blows the neck out. So you got to get like a stiff shirt to do that. $20 DirectD t-shirts. I got to fix that website. I got to call them, or we got to do something, because the pictures are not working. The fucking pictures are not working, and it's annoying. I don't know if I need to just delete the listings and then remake them, or what the fuck, but the pictures are not working. This is a huge problem for selling stuff on there, if any of the people that manage that are listening. I see what you just did there, but they canceled that. Thank you. That was weird. Any white larges? No. Mithril. I'm gonna go buy some white larges. There's like some small clothing store. There's like a small outlet clothing store in St. John's, and then there's one in Snowflake. There's a couple in Show Low. I might shop around a little bit and find some large shirts. I gotta order hoodies too. Hoodies. And then eventually there will be whiskey that'll be available. We'll have some Kentucky whiskey available for sale that might have the DirectE logo on it or something else, but you know what I'm saying? We'll sell it through however that works. I've been talking about that shit for a minute. I already know, but eventually. Good things take time to bloom. What up, Mata? What's up, amigo? Ding, 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 ding. What you doing, weirdo? Some bourbon, some whiskeys. I know some of you drunk alcoholics in here are going to buy some alcohol when I start selling it. Two markets the company has been trying to get into for a minute is alcohol and coffee. Okay? Alcohol and coffee. It just takes time because if you jump too far into some shit like that, you could crash and burn really hard, and I don't want to do that. 40 ounces of DirectE malt liquor. Ellie Mae bourbon. It's some local Kentucky shit. Stay sober? Bro, I don't drink. Now, if I started selling alcohol, yeah, I'd have a couple shots. No, that's not true. I'd have half a shot, and that would be the end of that. Because if I took a whole shot, maybe even two, I would probably be like super buzzed, if not almost drunk. I wouldn't do that. I don't drink alcohol, so for me to like consume any amount of it right now I'd be like, what up? What up, dude? Yeah, I can't drink. I'm not even an alcoholic. I just don't drink. I just don't drink. I was thinking about that the other day when I was at the gas station. I saw something that I used to like drinking, and I was like, I might buy one of those and drink that shit on stream. Because I know when I start getting to a certain point, I got to pull the fucking plug myself, so I'll just end the stream. Oh, did you hear that? All right, let's get some opinions from the chat. What should I sell first, bourbon or wine? What do you guys drink, bourbon or wine? Not both. I'm asking for a definitive answer here. Bourbon or wine? Bourbon. We have one for bourbon, one for wine. Wine is nasty. Bourbon. $83 fucking people in here. Come on. Bourbon. Wine. No. This seems pretty even. With the 4 answers that I got, the 6 answers. Hooch? What about a name for it? I don't drink. But men drink bourbon. Says who? I don't fucking drink bourbon. How long out is this? I mean, how long out is this? Let's play a hypothetical right now. The answer will come to me. Fireball. I actually like Fireball. Fireball and Apple Crown Royal. Yeah, I could drink those. Don't steer people into those things. Homie, there's not children watching my stream. Almost everybody in this stream, except for a few people, are decades older than me. A decade older than me. You guys are all watching the young person, and everybody watching is old. You all are old, dusty farts. Some of you can... Shh. Your ass said, ah. Fuck yeah. buy it for cooking. Wine. I mean, you can cook with bourbon too. You ever made really good bourbon burgers? What about like beer burgers? And entering the chat is Direct E for drunk shit. That's your channel name? Right on. You can cook with all types of alcohol, yeah. How far out is legitimately selling an alcohol? If I was to figure out a name and then define what type of alcohol, I mean, hypothetically, by February of next year, I could have a few cases of shit that I could have a few cases for sale. It seems like a tiebreaker between wine and bourbon. Yeah. Yeah, JJ, when we pitched these to sell too, I think there was something good that was brought up that should be added into the marketing of the alcohol is it doesn't necessarily need to be bought for drinking. You can cook with it. You can do other stuff with alcohol. Alcohol is going to be a commodity that is used for trade when the end of the world happens and we are in a futuristic wasteland where money and stuff like that doesn't exist. You got like gold and alcohol and bullets and tobacco and weed and drugs and medicine and stuff like that. That's all going to be currency. So stock up on alcohol. JJ Scarborough's in the chat. Yeah. And then, like, if you guys are reading his chat that are seriously interested in the alcohol, he said the bourbon would be 2 to 3 year old Kentucky manufactured bourbon and not the cheap shit. The barrels. Salt will be worth more than gold. You guys should Google the salt wars. That's already been a thing. Yeah. There's been wars over trade routes because of salt. There's been, bro. Yeah. I like history. Speaking of history, I see some of the names that commented on my post about the real history of Thanksgiving. So many morons on here telling me to read a book or that I was brainwashed by school. Like, bro, this isn't some shit that they tell you in school. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but if you guys go to that post, the most recent comment that somebody left is like a mind fuck and how stupid people are. Like, I don't even know. Thanksgiving started as a celebration of the end of the Revolutionary War has nothing to do with Abraham Lincoln or FDR. Maybe this was like a drunk comment on Thanksgiving or somebody was feeling themselves or something. I don't fucking know. But the Revolutionary War happened 150 years after the Plymouth Harvest. That was Thanksgiving. And the comment's still there, bro. Like, what the fuck is actually happening here? Just a quick Google search. I mean, I'm pretty sure. What grade did they teach you that shit in? Like fourth grade, third grade, fourth grade, or third grade? Any fourth grader could tell you that. Freedom bourbon. Seem more like a bourbon business owner? Well, it's actually, yeah. No, my posts, for those of you that don't understand, are meant to show respect to a culture who is misrepresented during those times. And it's very clear to see how misrepresented they are if you grew up in America and you went to American schools. Because what you're taught and then what you learn later on in life as you age and you start understanding some shit is much different. So, yeah, while a lot of you celebrate it and you do family and stuff, I've gone and done the family thing, and I would do that, but I'm not celebrating Thanksgiving because it's not one of them holidays. Now, the bourbon names I'm not trying to have no names that have anything to do with the government, with cops, none of that shit. If it's going to have any correlation to this YouTube nonsense, then it has to just be a DirectD brand or something along those lines, or not have anything to do with DirectD or YouTube at all. Just come up with a catchy name. Yeah. The history they teach in school are all lies. They're not all lies, but a lot of it is wrong. Or not the full picture. Directly drunk. Damn, basic bitch bourbon. Basic bitch tacos, basic bitch bourbon. We gotta make it. We gotta make it fucking funny. Kentucky basic bitch bourbon. Oh, man. Kentucky Dane. That's my middle name. That's my middle name. Apparently, I'm part Danish. Something that would get your attention when you walk into a liquor store. Bro, some basic bitch bourbon. You have the word bitch blasted on something, that's an immediate fucking attention grabber. You got all these fancy writings and pictures and shit, but if you just have basic bitch bourbon, bro, that's going to stand the fuck out. Sensible thoughts? What? Something dragon related would catch your attention? Maybe not basic bourbon, but simple Kentucky bourbon in black letters with the yellow label. Yeah, that would really stand out. You do like a old school, really simple label. Stumbler Brown. Oh, that's funny. Stumblers. I like that. That's fucking funny. Devil's piss. Oh, we can make a funny ass label with that shit too. Yellow label with black, yellow or white. Yeah. Yeah. That's the color scheme that I use is, yeah. I hope you're taking notes, JJ. I'm telling you, man, once we put something on the shelf to sell, it'll sell. People drink, and it's not a shirt. Like you could buy one shirt and wear it for a year, 2 years. I mean, maybe you rip it or it gets damaged or something, then you buy another one, or maybe you buy a couple different colors or I don't know, but it's a limited purchase. Alcohol and food and coffee and shit like that, those are repeats. Kentucky Settler bourbon. Brandenburg bourbon. I like that. Yeah, if I started selling it, that I would definitely have a bottle here and probably drink a little bit every once in a while. Arizona tea? What? Oh, you guys are on some fucking dumb shit with these names. Damn, I ate right before I went live and I'm hungry again. Damn, loose lips bourbon with a big ass red lip. That'd get your attention. Yeah, I don't drink. I'm going to end the stream, though. Appreciate y'all being here.
We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. Americans want this kind of country. Americans want this kind of world. And we stand ready to defend it, to protect us. So help us God.
Say bye to America. Praise God, stay quiet, or the barrier. Hate crimes, AIs in your area. Hey, say bye to America. No, we won't bow, we say fuck you. No, we won't bow, we say fuck you. All they want's power, but we won't let them win. The land of the free, the home of the brave. We just declared our independence, now we're openly slaves. All these corporations tell us how we're supposed to behave. They just smile in our face while they're digging our graves. You know the evil is intricate, everybody's missing it. Fuck the citizens, let's give the jobs to all the immigrants. Not the legal ones, the criminals who in to twist this shit. Speak against it, then you're racist and a hypocrite. Demonic fucks in the government and the industry, pulling strings, all of us hypnotized by the symphony. Fucking up our future and hiding all of our history. Separating families and sending kids to the infantry. Control the people with biological weapons. Profit off a prescription, incentivizing depression. They're burning down cities with lasers straight from the heavens. Population control is in full effect for you peasants. It's a bad dream, go and get your vaccines. Blood clots filling up your veins, now you can't breathe. COVID's just a test run, what's the plan B? It sounded like a genocide if you ask me. The lies surfacing now and they're all appalling. Just open up your eyes, I swear the truth will make you nauseous. They'll stage a suicide and blow your brains out for talking, but I'ma speak truth until my coffin. The people are exhausted. Say bye to America. Praise God, stay quiet, or the barrier. Hate crimes, AIs in your area. Hey, say bye to America. No, we won't bow, we say fuck you. No, we won't bow, we say fuck you. All they want's power, but we won't let exploited now. Inflation stealing all your wealth, you can't afford a house. We trade our life for this money and they just tore it down. Then lay us off for cheap labor at the border. Wow. The true agenda's just divide and control. It ain't no wonder why they want us stuck inside of our homes. They need us deprived and alone, despising our own, so they can push another narrative like climate control. It's a chess move, just so they can tell us how to live. Go buy electric cars so we can shut down the grid. You've hit your monthly limit for steaks allowed in the fridge, so feed this fake meat from Bill Gates to your kid. Shit is more than deceitful, it's pure demonic and evil. Adrenochrome in the blood, they don't look at us like we're equals. Euthanasia with needles, policies proven lethal. Corner the food supply so there's nothing healthy to feed you. Hope you like eating beetles, you peasants, that's what you got now. Cooking up disease X, here comes another lockdown. Don't leave your house unless your last name is Rothschild. This the world that we living in is hostile. Say bye to